Hi friends, you may have noticed I've found a new dulcimer. This is an hourglass dulcimer. It's a McSpadden. Uh, it is all walnut, and I actually had them put on a 1.5 and an 8.5 fret to get Tay, and then I found out that Mixolydian I could get on the dulcimer without doing that, but I've already had the frets put on, and I'm not going to regret it. I'm not going to regret it. Not at all, friends. I've learned so much on this vacation, so much more about the different modes. And how did I learn more about all the different modes while we're down here in Tennessee? It's so funny. A used bookstore that buys up things from estate sales. And one of them is a lot of dulcimer books from the big dulcimer revolution in the 70s and 80s. My fire timed out. In the 70s and 80s. And so they include a lot more of the theory and also a lot more of the traditional original ways of playing. So many fun things I can't wait to share with you. One of the great things I learned from reading all those books is how to improvise just a little bit more. You know I was going to do it eventually, but it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around when you're beginning something. You can tell I have stickers on with the numbers of the frets still, right? Okay, but here's a tune we all know. Hush, Little Baby. Oops. Where's the line, though, for If That Mockingbird Don't Sing? Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. It wasn't in the book. And so I tried to start guessing it. So let's try some of my guesses here. You can tell that extra line I improvised, but I came back in with the straight, normal reply to it. But what if I don't want to play that line next? Let's try the whole thing. Now, no, I'm going to make up the third line. The fourth line is same as the second. So it's Hush, Little Baby, Don't Say a Word. Mama's going to buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's going to buy you a diamond ring. So I don't have the lines for If That Mockingbird Don't Sing or Mama's going to buy you a diamond ring. But we know that 2 and 4, lines 2 and 4 are pretty much the same. So I normally play them the same, but sometimes I don't. And I almost always improvise the third line. If you know the song, you get silly with it. And whatever it is, like the diamond ring doesn't shine. So Mama's going to buy you, maybe she'll buy you a diamond mine. As long as it rhymes and it fits, your mom has probably made it up. Some mom somewhere has made up that next verse. And so have some fun with it. When I was singing about the bird not singing, I like to go up higher to sound like a bird singing. But if you want it's a bird that doesn't sing, make it have some clanging notes. That could be fun too. Or maybe go lower. Have some fun with it. But you know the 2 main lines, and so you can just return back to them. Have some fun, have some riffs, go back. Let's try it again. I'll have some of the original 2 lines and mix up some of the other ones in, and let me know what you think. Start improvising. It's okay. the dulcimer is just such a great instrument to improvise with. Again, I added those extra frets, the 1.5 and an 8.5. And this one already had the 6.5, which most modern players use. But I'm tuned to DAA, which is super traditional tuning. But I'm just having fun with it. I'm skipping those extra ones that I know are extra frets and just having some fun with the traditional frets. And this is more how it was played. So while I say the traditional tuning of DAA, what it was you found a note that you liked. And then you went like a fifth above. You picked other notes that you thought sounded good with them. That's it. That's all you did. You tuned it how you liked it. And usually it was a one note and a note that was a fifth above. I think I'm correct on that. But you could also make it a chord. Some people like to have your bass note and then your melody note be the same. This isn't. But you could pick your bass and your melody note the same and have an extra drone in the middle that's something different. So DAD is a common one. But could you do a full chord on here? There's no reason why you couldn't. It's not my style, at least at this point in my life, but you may like it. Give it a try. The dulcimer is something that you can pick up and play in 5 minutes. If it has the numbers on, maybe you can play it in 1. But you pick a tune that you know and go with it. This was great because it didn't have all of it. Oh, you're wondering what I'm showing you here. Let me hold this up for you. This is how I tend to write out any music. I can read music, but I write it out back in the number system. I write out the lyrics and the numbers right above the syllable. So each syllable has a number. And if you're doing Gregorian chant, each syllable may have many numbers. And so you come creative. Apparently in the history of dulcimer, they got so creative with how to do the numbers. Instead of having a musical staff, they used different symbols for each note. So a triangle might be D, a square could be E. They really had some fun with it. And if you look at the history of music, people have come up with their own unique ways of writing out music notes all the time. And it's great. Use whatever works for you. Now let's pick another song that I found in these books. And you'll see, you can have some fun with them. Let's see, this is Nothing But the Blood, and I think this is it. You can see, I started to get that hunch, that dulcimer hunch, because I am looking, I'm cheating, I put these here, but you really need to watch your posture. Pick a song that you know to start. The great thing about Hush Little Baby is it uses 0, 5, 6, 4. So 0, 3, 4, 5, 6. It only uses a very limited range, and most of the notes are repeated. That's another great thing about Nothing But the Blood of Jesus. It's repeated a lot. It's mostly the number 3, but also 4, 5, and 7. So when you're looking for something, you don't want a lot of variety because you want a song that you know and something that has a lot of repeated notes. Now, I don't even know the song. It's not a hymn I've played, but I've kind of heard it around a bit. And so when I originally wrote it out, I also had a 6 in the music. And as I played it, I was like, no, that one doesn't sound right. And that's going to happen to you too. You're going to hear when it doesn't fit the tune. Now you notice I said that this one started on 3. That means it's the mode that we call a major mode, right? We call that a major mode. We've all heard of major and minor keys. What if I told you there's more than major and minor keys? So a scale that starts on 0 sounds a little different from this one. What if I started on 2? Right? They all sound different. So you can play a scale, and I'm not sure I did this right because I have the half steps kind of in there, but a scale starting on any note. So a scale starting on A, a scale starting on B, a scale starting on C is the only one that's going to be the true major key, right? That's the one we know. If you're playing the white keys of piano and you go from C to C, you've played a major scale. It's really a series of whole and half steps arranged in a certain way. So if you start somewhere else on the keyboard other than C, you're not going to get a major scale. You're going to get something else. And those are traditionally called modes. And as time went on, a lot of modes got set aside. And we used mainly major and minor. And those aren't their regular names. I think they're Mixolydian and Ionian. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not the best at this yet. But there were like 7. There were like 7 of them. And we're going to try and get to know them all. And you can play them all on the dulcimer. It's one of the few instruments you can do fairly easily. Play all the different modes. And whoo, it's fun. You're going to hear that there's different tunes. So Hush Little Baby probably wasn't in a major key, right? It started out on 0. Let's try that just one more time. We're going to end on that. Starting out on 0, I think that's the one we want. The one that we use a lot of times in Gregorian chant. I could be wrong. Starts on 0, ends on 3, so that's confusing because normally they start and end on the same note. Maybe that last line actually ends on a 0, that missing mystery line. I don't know, but it's why it lends itself to so many great different ways, variations that you can play on it. Let's just riff that one more time and then I'll let you go. Oh, that fun trick. I only took my little bread pick here over the melody note instead of all of them. A little fun tip to make kind of a little sweet little sound every now and then. But you could do that to any of the strings. See, why that doesn't technically work is because I'm not holding my noter on that one. What if I did? Let's try it. Ah, that's another fun sound. I'm learning so much and having so much fun with this dulcimer. Truly, I am. I hope you are too. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to have some shorts that involve Advent hymns as well as some Christmas hymns. There's a Christmas tree right over here. I'm hoping to get some filmed for you. May God bless you and keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may the good Lord bless you. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bye, friends.